What's going on, guys? Welcome to Chiefs Out West. We are your hosts, Kia.
And I'm Pro Am Butch.
Welcome to another episode of Chiefs Out West. Before we start, please like, comment, share, subscribe to our show. We'd really appreciate it. But we're here to talk about Week 17, last game of the season. Chiefs win. Beat the Chargers 31-21. Woo! What a great way to end the season. Just the whole situation. We'll talk about it more going forward. But Butch, how are you feeling right now going into the playoffs?
We're a team of destiny. We really are. I hate to start getting all sentimental on us. It's been so long as Chiefs fans. I finally feel like we're getting the breaks needed to play in the first Super Bowl in our lifetime.
Right. So, and very true, and hopefully that'll come true for us. But let's start with like the offense. Not a lot of like yardage, not a lot of passing by Patrick Mahomes, but other parts of the offense really stepped up a lot. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was stagnant. It was a bad day at the office for our offensive guys, including Patrick Mahomes. Look, like we mentioned, I thought it was going to be a blowout, obviously. That ended up not coming to fruition. But like we mentioned, Gus Bradley, now in this third, fourth time he's played the Kansas City Chiefs, he continues to do a good job against our offense. He continues to force us to take underneath throws. And that was working for a little bit. And then a couple of times it didn't work. Patrick Mahomes throws an interception to Tyreek Hill as Tyreek's back is basically turned to him. It was really, really off kilter. But even in bad days, we still light good teams up. That's not a bad defense. That was a very good defense. Patrick Mahomes airs them out once on 3rd and 7 in the third quarter for 50 yards to Tyreek Hill to get a crucial first down when the Chargers clearly had momentum. We had another couple big plays from Demarcus Robinson, who caught a touchdown pass. And how about Damian Williams right before the playoffs starts, getting the ball, breaking tackles. His fresh legs are carrying us into the end zone. Defensive coordinators are going to have problems with the Kansas City Chiefs. I am very happy with the way this offense turned out in that game.
Right. Yeah, no. Damian Williams came to play. He's been coming to play. He's ready for playoff football. You can tell just not giving up, kept on moving his feet. It was just so difficult for the Chargers to bring him down. I was just very impressed. And honestly, I like our left guard, Wiz the Biz, I like to call him. It's just he's such a more of an upgrade for our offensive line. You can just tell, we were giving him time. It's just the center was even playing really well. I just felt like he didn't feel like he had more. He had to really help out the left side, and so that really helps him out a lot. But altogether, just the offensive line, the running game, were just really well. I was really worried about Spencer Ware leaving, but kind of bringing in Damian Williams and see the power that he brings in, just the fight and just the constant really difficult to bring down. I was just very appreciative. And then, the Chiefs offense is not going to put out a lot, on week 17. You're about to get to playoffs. You might even play wild card the next week. There's no reason to go all out and try to kill this Chargers team by putting out all your plays. I even though it wasn't really pretty with the offense, I'm just happy that they didn't have to exploit anything. I'm happy that we got Robinson in the mix. Hardman was still in the mix. We still got players to kind of build up that confidence. I even like how we got Darwin Thompson, some more playing time just to get him ready for if his number needs to be called in the playoffs. But all in all, I was kind of, I'm not, it wasn't very exciting, but I'm happy about how the offense played.
Yeah, likewise. Like you mentioned, we were nervous. I was a little nervous when you're playing the Chargers. They had already beat you in Arrowhead the year before. Don't want to have a letdown on week 17. All things kind of looked a little like, man, maybe this wasn't the Chiefs' day. They were able to quickly turn that around, and they did so with a number of players. Mecole Hardman had a great catch on a post route for about 30 yards on a first down. Those are the types of things that let me know, okay, even though Andy didn't give them the full bags of tricks, his first 10 to 15 scripted weren't all that great.
Yeah.
The execution wasn't all that great, but they were able to find a way to win against, again, a very good team. There are no Melvin Ingrams and Joey Bosa's going into the playoffs, thank God. We're not going to get that type of smoke for anyone else. We're probably not going to face another offense like what we face in the Chargers. They still have talent, even though they're a 5-11 team and basically underachievers for reasons that we'll probably talk about here in just a second when we start talking about the Chargers' underwhelming offense. But all in all, when we get to the playoffs, the orbit motions from Tyreek Hill, that first 10 to 15 scripted, really putting pressure on defenses, that's what we're saving for the playoffs, and that's what I'll be looking forward for.
Right. And so yeah, so I mean, overall, the offense played, pretty well to the point where they being able to win and just end the game with success and all of that. But that being said, let's go to the defense side of the ball. Yes, defense played an pretty good game as usual. Our big playmakers stepped up. How do you feel about the defense?
I feel like the defense is at a point now where we know exactly what it is and we know what it isn't. Like, we saw the deficiencies, we saw some of the good, some of the bad with that defense. The good, they can still get pressure on the quarterback. They had no answer. Teams have very few answers for Chris Jones, Frank Clark, Terrell Suggs, Damone Harris. Like, we go deep on that defensive line, and we've lost a couple guys. We're still able to get great pressure. And I think teams understand that. They understand this blitz package and the pressure package to go along with the front four is going to be stifling. And that's what happened to Phillip Rivers. He was a sitting duck back there. His guys were getting blown up left and right along that deep offensive line, and they were barely having enough time to get the ball out with any sort of regularity. With that said, we are going to struggle with covering good tight ends and good running backs. We don't have the foot speed at the linebacker position. That's just what it is. Anthony Hitchens, I don't know. That's just one of the worst free agent signings that Brett Veach has had. At the very least, for Anthony Hitchens, if you're going to be slow, which we knew he was slow beforehand, we knew he wasn't a fast linebacker. We picked him up for his ability to be able to tackle. And his inability to get to the edge or get to the ball carrier like Melvin Gordon and make tackles consistently was frustrating. He got to the edge on Melvin Gordon when he caught a flat route on third down, on a toss sweep on third down, got there, missed a tackle on Melvin Gordon down the left sideline. That can't happen. That's tough to see. Austin Eckler, we knew what was going to happen. We talked about this. He ate us alive. Again, he's already very good at doing that to most teams in the league. He got us specifically because we don't have the ability to put anyone on him that's going to stop him at 5 yards. We got to stop him at 10, 20 yards down the field. And they were able to eat us up, basically, with a lot of those types of underneath throws that open up the throws into the secondary. And of course, the secondary, as we're probably going to go a little more depth into as well, is missing someone very, very important, and that contributed to the issues.
Yeah, no, yeah, kind of going off what you said, like I just felt like there was a lot of missed tackles on the game. Like I saw Frank Clark miss a tackle. I saw Tyrann Mathieu miss a couple of tackles. Yeah, and Hitchens, it was just really frustrating when Eckler was just catching the ball and just going up 10, 15 yards. It was just, at one point I'm like, ooh, just double team him. Do what you did with Edelman, and the Patriots. Just double team him, put someone on Mike Williams, and then whoever on, put Honey Badger on Tyrann Mathieu, on Keenan. I don't know, but like, why aren't these guys covered? Why is Gordon and Eckler having such like success and like going in easy? They're not even like, there's like no one even near them. It was like 10 yards. He basically could have walked to the first down mark, honestly. Like, it was really frustrating, and I was kind of concerned. I'm like, okay, like, what's going on? What are we doing? Are we playing back? Are we just not? I mean, for me, it kind of seemed like, honestly, like no one wanted to get hurt before the playoffs. Everyone was just kind of like, like let me just barely hit him. Like a few tackles, even like I think the last that Gordon touchdown run, we could have at least got him before he got in the end zone. If it was playoff football, it would have been different. But not really encouraging to see. But at the end of the day, we got the stops. Tyrann Mathieu had a big, interception in the touchdown. Showed like he can cover anyone in the league, even if he's like 6'6", 6'7". That's really cool. But going into playoffs, something really, really sad happened. I'm still devastated about it. What is the injury to Juan Thornhill going to do to our defense?
Yeah, this is tough. If I had to write down just a name of, a list of 5 players that I really don't think that the Chiefs can replace with any one player, Juan Hill's on that short list, even as a rookie. I mean, he's probably third. We just don't have anyone who can run the way he runs as a full safety or that we trust in single high. Nobody else in our safety group has that kind of athleticism or speed. No one else in our safety group has that type of football intelligence to be able to diagnose plays and get there in an instant. He was so versatile as a rookie safety, being able to play as a safety in split coverage, single high, like I said, cover one man free where he's the road runner that has to go sideline to sideline. When you're playing full safety, you're back there by yourself. The quarterback has a two-way go, essentially, on which side of the field he wants to throw to. So a quarterback might eye him in the middle and then think, okay, his feet are flat or his feet are planted. Let me get it out to the boundary as quickly as possible from one side to the other. You got to be quick enough to know which side is going to the ball is going to go and get there in an instant. We don't have anybody else that can do that other than Juan on a consistent basis. So we got our work cut out for us, at least defensive play calling, figure out how we're going to try to mask those deficiencies. How are we going to replace his snaps in man coverage? He could rotate down, spin down into the box, play in the slot, man-to-man on a team's third or fourth best receiver, sometimes even their number 2 receiver, and do it pretty well. So we're going to have to use multiple bodies to get that figured out, but it is a big blow.
Right. And, at the end of the day, though, I believe in this coaching staff. They've been able to adjust so many times and be able to hide our weaknesses, which I do still think our cornerbacks, they're doing really well, but I still think there is like a weakness there, but somehow we've been able to disguise it and not allow that weakness to be a huge issue. But we said it, we agree that our cornerbacks are not the very best, and losing a huge, even a Pro Bowl type safety like Juan Thornhill, that's gonna be an issue. So my question is now, Butch, who are we replacing? Who would you? Okay, well, we can go to that, but I mean, we can talk about who we can replace. I mean, we have several players, but did you see anything in the game that gave you some kind of hope?
I was a little down on Armani Watts early in that game when we were giving him rotation at safety. He had a play where Melvin Gordon goes off tackle right, and Armani Watts tripped over one of our linebackers and attempted to make a play. It was like, oh my gosh, this is starting up. But he really calmed down later into the second half of that game. He really let his instincts take over. I think people forget before Armani Watts got hurt last year in that Jaguars game, he was good. He was looking really good. I would trust him man up tight ends. He shows that type of intellect to be able to play the position correctly. He's just not a very good athlete. So you have more of a box safety. Someone's going to play around the line of scrimmage. He's going to be good playing around the line of scrimmage, in my opinion. I think that's where we need to put him. Tyrann Mathieu already kind of fulfills that role a little bit. But, hey, perhaps you try to play Tyrann Mathieu more in some cover 2 looks. Maybe you use Tyrann Mathieu more exclusively in the slot, and you let Armani Watts be the rover and be the one that man spies on the quarterback or picks up their doubles to tie it in on those crossing routes or works as that one high hole in the middle when we start to switch coverages in and out. Maybe Armani Watts becomes more of that chess piece. I'm excited about his ability to be able to do it, to be able to do that. Kendall Fuller, this is it, man. You want a contract? You want to stick around with this team? Here's your opportunity to do so. Here's the position that you have an opportunity to do it in. I'm expecting to hear Kendall Fuller's name called a few times in these playoffs. he will have to make a play. Write this down right now. Kendall Fuller will have to make a play for us in these playoffs. It's going to come down to fourth quarter, third down, something like that. We're going to need that type of play from Kendall Fuller. I'm hoping he can do it. I think he can. We're good enough to get this done. The cupboard's not bare. Those are veteran players that we're talking about that can replace this guy, and I think they'll be able to get it figured out. Luckily for us, they got a bye in which they can figure it out.
Right, yeah. No, yeah. And we've seen good, good play by Kendall Fuller coming from, playing in safety. So, yeah, we got some time to really think about it, and this team does really well. I think overall, our D-line's looking good. Linebackers can improve, but we're, the way that we're scheming and doing stuff right now, it seems like we're able to hide little weaknesses that we have. And, we have some issues with the running back and run game. One thing that I really wanted to mention is that every time the Chargers were running, they did that little toss to the running back, and they were going towards the right side. I noticed Chargers had a lot of success on the right side. I don't know what that has to do with. I thought Frank Clark was on the side, but I know it's just to the right side. Do you think is that just a much easier, side to run on, or do we just not have the talent on that side to really stop the run?
I mean, I think we have the talent to stop it. Yeah, I mean, it's just any outside run is going to give us some difficulty. We're not good getting to the edge. So whichever edge that if there are teams like the Chargers who have the type of talent that's able to exploit those plays, they practice those plays a lot. They're probably pretty good at it. We're going to have difficulty with those. So teams, when you see like the Tennessee Titans, like you notice the Tennessee Titans were able to do the same stuff. They're able to use cutback lanes, run off tackle. One of it is because Derrick Henry's really good. Melvin Gordon's good too. They're like the same. They're actually comparable backs. They're both big bodies with sweet feet and some speed.
Right.
So we're gonna have issues with that going into the playoffs. The thing is, are we going to let those type of plays beat us? We shouldn't let those type of plays be the ones that dictate how we run our defense. But we're gonna give up a couple of those every now and
again. Right. So. That was the offense and defense, and the good thing about all these concerns is that the Dolphins beat the Patriots on a very exciting game. Even the freaking reporter was reporting both the games at one time, so there's a lot to be happy about. And before you start, Butch, we have a Super Bowl in Miami, and the Miami Dolphins beat the Patriots to allow us to get one step closer. Is this fate?
Of course it's fate. Yeah, of course it's fate. Come on now. We were supposed to be playing Wild Card Weekend. Be honest, when Juan went down, I was just kind of like, dude, we lost Juan Thornhill. We're going to be playing the first weekend of the playoffs. And then the Miami Dolphins beating the New England Patriots the way they did it. It coming away with that just I came out of the game happy. We lost one of our best players. I'm happy. I think we still have a chance now because our coaching staff has that extra week to game plan for what we're about to do. We can cover and mask our deficiencies in the playoffs for 2 games. I know we can get this done for 2 games and get to the Super Bowl. I put that on everything I own. But just Ryan Fitzpatrick deserves a bus in Canton. He should go to the Hall of Fame. I don't care. He should be the first part-time, true journeyman quarterback to ever make the Hall of Fame for what he's doing. I'm not joking. Look, if Julian Edelman is a fringe Hall of Famer, then dang it, Ryan Fitzpatrick is too. And I'm not sure if you watched any of that last drive, that game-winning drive, or even that whole game. Stephon Gilmore got ate alive. Okay? He got smoked by Devontae Parker. Devontae Parker turned into 97 Randy Moss, jumped over him, ran by him, broke tackles on him, and you could see periods in that New England defense. When he caught that first down on 2nd and 10, you had other guys in the secondary looking over at the sideline at Coach Belichick like, dog, you got to send some help over to our guy over here, man. Oh, I can't believe this. This is what we've been talking about. That's the big break we needed.
Right. And we got it, and I'm so just proud of the adversity and all the issues that our team went through over the years, and they finally got a break with this game. And congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs, to the fans, the coaching, everyone. We did it, and and we'll see you, round 2 of the playoffs. But our next video is going to be talking more about the playoffs. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.